All right, welcome back. This is the second demonstration for your arrow painting. Um, I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you need in order to start. So the first thing that you should get is your materials. So you'll need your reference picture that's in color. You'll need your composition that you already started. You're gonna need colored pencils. You're gonna need watercolor set. Okay, the temper watercolor set is what you want. I would get paper towels, your water container, okay, and at least 3 different size brushes, a small one, a medium sized one, and a bigger one, and then a place to mix your colors on. Okay, so you need colored pencils.
Timmy Wynn, please come to the office with your things to go home.
Tempera watercolor. Water container. Different size paintbrushes. Paper towel. Mixing tray. Reference and artwork. Okay? Alright, so if you don't remember, some of the things that we're looking for, okay, is we're looking to try to take this aerial view and make it into an original composition. In order to do that, you are playing with this idea of abstraction and realism. So, what things in your picture are realistic and what things are abstract. Okay, having a shadow hit land is realistic. You have the tree here that's realistic. Okay, but then there's this all of these shapes. Okay, they don't have to be green. Okay, you could make them into something completely different that might make the image a little bit more abstract. Okay. So last class, one of the things that wasn't working was the watercolor that I was initially using. So I definitely want you guys to use the tempera watercolors. Okay, they're gonna a little bit more opaque and will stay on top of the white surface a little bit better. There's 2 sets. One set that has more of like the tertiary colors and one set that has more of the primary colors. You can also use colored pencil for some of the smaller areas or details. Okay, both of these things you can mix colors together with. So you could take 2 colored pencils, find an area, and overlap them. And blend the 2 colors together that way. So now you have a yellow-orange. Okay, you could also do the same thing with paint by mixing the 2 colors together. So because the tempera watercolors are those big sets, that's why you have the mixing tray, because you're going to be able to pull the colors off in order to make a bunch of different colors. Okay, so you might save the color pencils for more of detail places, and then use the watercolor for larger areas. So one of the things that I liked about this was all the different color greens that were in the picture. Okay, so you got to remember some of the color mixing that you already learned. Okay, so you could make yellow green, you could make blue green, you could make mint green. Okay, and depending on your picture will depend on what colors you can use. Okay, the color mixing posters are still up if you forget how to make a color. Okay, so this would be more of like a lime green. And you just got to make sure you stay inside the lines and the indentations will help do that. Okay, you could also have them fade into each other. So if you wanted a yellow green that transitions into a blue green, mix the two colors that you want, and then watercolors are really great for layering. So now if you can paint this, let it dry, or mix the color into it. So if you want like this turquoise blue color, you can mix that into the lime green and then have it start to blend together with the color that you already laid down. Today you shouldn't be worried about any details. Okay, we're just trying to focus on beginning the painting and blocking in the large areas of color and reviewing color mixing again, but always thinking about what you want the image to be about in the end. So is it going to be more abstract or more realistic? Is it going to be more about color, or is it going to be more about realism and recreating the landscape from an aerial viewpoint based off of your picture? So just a quick review of color mixing. Okay, so you could use, again, it's the same for color pencils as it is for watercolors. So you could use, so white's going to lighten any of these colors, but you can also use water to lighten a color. Yellow and blue will make green. Okay, you already have green, but this might also make a different type of green. Okay, you could do a secondary color with a primary color. So if you wanted to do a blue-green, you could mix blue and green together, or you could mix yellow and orange together to get a yellow-orange. The same thing. So this set might be a little bit more used, but this has more of the primary colors in it. So you could make a blue violet or a red violet. You can use the brown, but you also can mix brown. So there's a couple, orange and blue will make brown, yellow and purple will make brown, red and green will make brown. So try and mix, especially if you're doing especially if you're doing an abstract composition, you should definitely be trying to make unique colors. Okay, so if you're trying to make more of a realistic composition, you're trying to mix the colors that you see. Okay, so I'm confident that you guys are ready to get started, but I just want to remember these are the things that you need to have at your area in order to start. All of the materials should be gotten at once, and then when it's time to clean up, you are responsible for putting everything back, making sure that the paintbrushes are cleaned and stored correctly, the water containers are dumped and stored correctly, the paint goes back where it's supposed to go, your paintings go in the drying rack, and anything else needs to be collected and stored properly. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. Also, if you are still on the drawing step, then you should be rewatching the first video. All right, let's get started.